Shalom, brothers and sisters. I'm Elder Ricard Shiar of the Gathering of Christ Church. Let me get into what we're going to talk about. Let me get into it. The Bible states that we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers, and the workers of evil in high places, folks. And I wanted to go there because usually this time of year, something happens to the population of the earth. They go into a trance. And usually the trance or the hypnosis continues all the way up until in New York, the ball drops on Times Square. And that's when people usually wake up. We just see what's going on right now in the earth. And let me tell you, they're feeding spiritually off of the time of year when we should all come together. And that in of itself isn't wrong. When I say it isn't wrong, it's in our nature as people to socialize amongst those we care about. It's in our nature. But what Satan did, the god of this world, he took the same time periods of the year that we were to pay homage to God and set up holy days or holidays for himself to steal the energy, stating that he would be like God. So instead of the Feast of Dedications, which we're really in the midst of right now, they've given us Thanksgiving. See? So that he can steal that energy that happens this time of year when families came together, especially Hebrew families, in respect of the Most High dedicating the temple. On and on and on. Every holiday we see, it's in close proximity to one of God's holy days written of in scriptures. Now, I'm not going to beat that dead horse because I've spoken on that ad nauseum. What I want to talk about is the fact that those that are not under the spell, and usually even those that are under the spell, usually this time of year go through serious depression, especially for women. It's a time of depression like none other. During this time of year, usually it's cold outside. All the functions are really dried up and there's no sun outside. And now you have to sit back with no distractions. And hence the reason why most people would just like to celebrate as a form of just distracting them from the depression. Now, what I'm going into today is very deep. Over on Patreon. Because the Bible states that we are to protect our temple. Our temple. The Most High resides in us. We're the temple of God. And during this week, we're dedicating our temple to the Almighty as the temple was dedicated back to him during the time of the Maccabean period, where the Gentiles sought to defile the temple. But folks, I'm going to show y'all something today that you probably didn't understand, that they found a way through RX to have us defile our temple without knowing. And it leads to the depression. It leads to the sicknesses. And it's all written of in the scriptures, the devices Satan would use to take over our temple. I'm going to talk about that today. I'm going to give you the origin of the spirits they would utilize against us. And also, I'm going to give you how they begin to initiate demon possession in our society so that these demons, led by the dark forces, could reside in our temples. And folks, it came in through a way people would be totally surprised at the way they did this. It was diabolically genius how they have done this. And I'm going to talk about it today. And I'm going to show you where I'm going. When it talks about cleaning the temple, I'll get there in a moment. It tells us in a lot of these articles, there's a such thing as the holiday blues. Feeling sad amid festivities. For some, the winter holidays come with an unwanted gift. And that gift, folks, is what they call the holiday blues. The most common symptom of holiday depression is a persistent or reoccurring feeling of sadness, especially for those who don't have family, single people. And this will affect women more so than men. Hence the reason women really rally around this time of the season. Okay, they do, because it gives them a sense of belonging, to nurture their families, to bring people together, and they will fight against all odds if anyone try to take that away from them. And the reason why is because it's a lonely existence without actually dealing with the holy days this time of year. And that's why there's so much pushback when we come to the truth and we seek to introduce the truth of God's law to our people. They'll fight against it because why? They understand if they don't have the holidays, then there's nothing in its place that will actually distract them from the life we currently, the life that currently exists, what we've been trying to distract ourselves from, the regret of the past, family breaking up, our loved ones we've lost. All of these thoughts come in this time of the year. And sometimes you may, I've seen it even growing up. You will walk in the kitchen or whatever the case might be. And I've seen it amongst some of my family, my grandmother and all that, where you'll walk in the kitchen and they're busting out crying for no reason. You're like, are you okay? They're like, no, I'm okay, baby. Depression. So they've given us holidays as a form of healing, because there is a healing that comes with people coming together. There is. But what's wrong, instead of the Feast of Dedication, Satan have taken all of that spirit through replacing holy days in the Bible with holidays. The same as Christmas, on and on and on. Easter, they're all the same. It's stealing the energy that we should be more so given towards our God in thanks. Now, going into this real quick, because I'm going to handle this or talk about this in a way that no one have discussed. We're going to tie in the modern day RX, modern medicine, with the depression and all that, right? We're going to now, of course, I'm limited with exactly what I can say on this platform. But we're going to tie two and two together because there is a resolve, right? So, but what am I going to talk about today? What I'm going to talk about today is what science have knew for a long time. Jinn, which is demons, and its connection with mental health. What if scientists can come up with a way to administer demons into people, children, at an early age. And what effects does that have for us as we grow amongst our community? Not realizing what lies dormant. Now, this happened once before in history, and I'm going to talk about this, how scientists work behind the scenes to administer spirits. Now, these spirits battle with the spirit that the Most High have given us, which is in the temple of our bodies, our brain. It battles against our neural senses. Our minds is an antenna connected directly to the throne, and they know it. So somehow they was able to administer. I'm going to break this down. Something to disturb the signal. But when we fight against that, when we understand that something else is operating contrary to us, automatically it drives us mad. To those who are examining us from the outside, they think these people are crazy. But the people are fighting for their normal existence against something that entered. I'm going to talk about this because the depression, all of that, what I've just discussed prior, it's all connected. It's all connected. Now, I'm going to go into the scriptures and all that, and we're going to talk about that. Jinn and mental illness. Jinns are spirits. We're going to also talk about wrongful allegations. It's a book. Now, I'm not going to go into this more so, but folks, once you understand what's in here, and I'm being very short intentionally while showing this, it brings total resolve, not just to holidays and depression. It also brings into light why there's P. Diddy's, these parties. There was parties before him, and there'll be parties after him. And why children are so important within a lot of these particular ritualistic settings. Because, folks, what happens is children are messed up at an early age, and then they're pushed back out in society as norm with the powers that shouldn't be, knowing that they will disturb the existence of any community they're dropped down in if they aren't healed. If they aren't healed. Systematic chaos through RX is what I'm going to talk about. Also, we're going to look at the National Library of Medicine. We're going to go into this, how some of these things out there that we think we were told was there to help us was really compromising and changing as an attack our minds, our brains. See, after World War II, there was a project that you can look up called Project Paperclip, where a lot of the German scientists came into the United States. Unbeknownst to us, we didn't understand what that was all about and how that would change modern medicine, right, altogether. And I'm being very guarded here on YouTube. Well, they had this fascination with understanding the brain. Now, we thought the understanding was to help to progress health, and to help us progress towards a more healthier life in the earth, right? A better quality of life for those, since medicine would advance after Project Paperclip. Well, something else happened.